points on all 6 of their possessions.
Yeah, they front one of the best defensive tackles for the Commanders, Ron Payne. He gets ejected. There's a package of Jahmyr Gibbs and the way that he's been used out in speed to get through them, getting these big yards. Abuses the linebacker there for a touchdown and then gets to the end. The Jamison Williams and the Jahmyr Gibbs show all day long.
Right. Benogany after picking up a Lions first down. Gain of 10.
Last week today, give credit to the Vikings defense, Brian Flores. They had a very nice game plan for him, but 2, we've shown Dan Campbell a few times. Looks like he has a play sheet and is calling the plays. Run after the catch. It's the best thing that he does.
Gain of 8.
But going back to Dan, and scrimmage gets open, and we know how well he does in the run after catch. He basically barreled his way into a touchdown last week versus. Whether he's calling the plays or not, there was definitely an emphasis to be very intentional on getting his athletes commit to this running game between the tackles, which has opened up everything else. And Jahmyr Gibbs going for a touchdown.
Gibbs. 43 yards for a Lions touchdown.
Time Pro Bowler Penei Sewell. You have the unselfish blocking up front. Sam Laporta blocking selflessly for Jahmyr Gibbs to get another touchdown against the Commanders. Well, what a day, Kenny. What? And they have came in and have rolled on that.
Over 500 yards. All smiles on the Lions sideline.
Yeah, the big uglies, as we call them, the O-line. They should get the game ball if it keeps up this way.
They've been on the return. Flag.
That's from like since high school. We always call them just big uglies, man.
What do they call you?
Big sexy.
During the rebound.
Jack Campbell of the Lions defense back out on the field. Commander Mariota pointing out 46. Jack Campbell, this is Krosky Merritt on the fake, and Mariota slides out to the 24-yard.
Not only his play, but salute to service and what that meant to him. And we didn't know this, but he had, as he said, a plethora of uncles. Means the world to him to be able to play in a game like this. Salute to service, knowing that he has family members so
about 10 different family members who have served and still serve in the military. Mariota rolling the Commanders first down across midfield.
Catch by Hurts. Thomas Harper is in there for Kirby Joseph, who's out. But you really like to see some of your best players out for just a little arm injury.
Penalty markers. False start
on the offense.
His second penalty.
Here's Hutchinson on the edge. Tries to do a spin move. Didn't see too much there, and I mean, he didn't take himself out, so looks like it's all good for Aiden Hutchinson. And
scored at least 46 times last season. It's the second time in 2025. Is tackled at the Detroit 47-yard line.
Yeah, what did back and come guns blazing to go out and score a bunch of points and play good defense. And Kelvin Shepard, defense coordinator, standard all the time. If we have the ability to do it once, we should do it every time, right? And I think that's what they're trying to instill in their team.
That's Hurts again, his fourth catch of the afternoon and early evening.
And if he's hurting, he's all right. They're going to call it timeout for him and let them sub back the old veteran. But Brian Branch, boy, he had himself a day, and I've been so excited just watching him this past season. I know they have Jack Campbell, Alexander Love, they have all these guys, but I was like, that's a dude, right? That guy can play. A school linebacker. Talks a lot with Chris Spielman. Chris Spielman was or still is, excuse me, French.
They're down in 5. That pass bounced away from Robbie Chosen with Rocky. Fourth down.
There's Rocky. Ball, man, impressive. I'm assuming Mariota was looking for a call, but no call.
Fourth down and 5. Mariota's pass is caught by Samuel.
That's spectacular. Nice catch, Deebo Samuel.
So for a heel injury against Atlanta, but Dan Quinn told us this week his speed was back in practice.
Yeah, because you could tell. I wonder if he looked at it, thinks there was a bobble at the end. Looked like a nice reception to us. We'll see if he...
On the field of a completed catch.
Signal. Hands. It's a reception for Deebo Samuel.
Nice throw and catch for the commit.
If you win one of the first two, you got a third. From the 24.
Yeah, as much as we've talked about the Lions offense, you look at will, but this wasn't bad. They had explosive plays. They ran the ball, but you got guys that can make some plays. Zach Ertz did, Deebo Samuel.
Lions have had some long drives today.
Right.
Kept the ball away from the Commanders. Detroit with 5 and 6 plays. They also had a 13-play and a 9-play field goal drive.
Right. So, these, I mean, hey, we might have something here.
Here's McNichols. Picks up a Commanders first down in Madrid next week. Now as we take a look at that last play.
They're able to get good positioning on the defensive lineman. It allows for Jeremy Nichols to get that big gain, and you see the schedule up. Kenny, right? It looked like a blowout last we checked.
30-13, the final. McNichols. Thomas Harper makes the tackle.
And then they'll get a much-needed bye. Hopefully they'll get some guys back.
Surgery on the arm. He said we'll have a following the penalty.
Old school linebacker mentality. I love it. Love it. One-on-one in the hole to get in for the two-point conversion. That is textbook linebacker play. Doesn't get any better than that. He's going to say, man, heck of a play, Jack Campbell. Big time.
Game. Just under 7 minutes remaining. There's Bobby Wagner. Jared Goff has thrown 3 touchdown passes today. Now has 20 on the season.
He's going to destroy you. You have to get to him early, and I think his day is done.
You had to look at Kyle Allen.
Yeah, right. Put pressure on him, and it's really not the pressure from the outside, up the middle. That's how you got to affect him.
And of course, he was then injured when he stayed in the game. So it looks like that will be all for Goff as the command. Here it comes. And the Lions recover. Colts continue to roll. Jonathan Taylor walks it off in Berlin. How about Caleb Williams and the Bears? First team of the Patriots make a statement in Tampa. So the Bears go to 6-3 with that upset of the Bills, and Gibbs in this game with 173 total yard. On first down, it's Montgomery. And Montgomery pulled down from behind by...
Credit, look, if we had a game ball to give, I would give it to them today. 206 rush yards, no sacks allowed. They had no qualms with their backup, Coyote, going in the game. And just look at the production that they've had. And there's Christian Moss beat down. You know, I'll just stop there. I'll let you finish it, Ken.
Route. Pick up the first for Jared Goff. His second 300-yard game this season, 44th. All 7 possessions today, and a touchdown on their last possession last week. So 8 in a row. There's
total yards 7 times since 2022. Next closest, Miami and Baltimore. I mean,
it's incomplete, looking for Dwelly. And we said in our open, they were looking to get back to Lions.
You know, it's really going to be a reality check for the Commanders, because we just saw what a week from now going up against another very good rushing attack. So to be very honest, figure out how you're going to get your offensive ball back and win some games.
There's Montgomery. Speaking of running, and Montgomery with some big chunks as well.
That's right, and look where everything is, man. It was between the tackles, off tackle of Jahmyr Gibbs, the power of Montgomery. Look at the way that goes in for the touchdown. That's just rush yards a game today, over 200. And remember when we called that game? The Lions destroyed the Bears.
Thought he had it. By the way, congratulations to our graphics operator, Colleen Dempsey.
Wait,
Colleen.
in what time? In what time?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Just to complete the marathon is tremendous.
You're right. That is true. Just to let you know, you were running for both of us, because I will never do that.
Not even a chance.
No chance.
Bates connects. And the Giants, plus other regional action. Check local listings for the game in your area. They had that 40-40 tie against Dallas. Bears have gone to 6-3, earlier by the Ravens, only team under 500 in the division.
The NFC series, I know the Rams and 49ers are going at it right now as we speak. So you can or 3 teams from the north get into the playoffs.
Here's Iguanodity, where the Commanders will take over with Josh Johnson in a quarterback. 40 joining this exclusive list.
So Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer. His ability, his work ethic, as I mentioned, him being humble enough to learn from Montgomery.
Johnson, who has been on the roster of 14 NFL teams. That's an all-time record. Marcus Mariota on the sideline. Started for the 4th time this season.
They don't have enough time.
Johnson spent some time with the Lions back in 2019.
Very impressed at how the team rallies around him. He had probably the most interesting quote from, "I've been a starter, I've been cut, I've been a backup, I've been practice squad." So he said, I can relate to everybody on the team. Happy to play for him. Dan Quinn said the same thing. They get into meetings. He's letting the team, the offense, know what he wants.
And then Krosky Merritt thrown down by Roy Lopez. Well, we spoke with Dan Quinn, talking about Jaden Daniels. He said his teammates love him and they want to fight for him.
And you can see that he's going around right now talking with, to beat a dead horse about what happened offensively or defensively, but you have a chance. With Marcus Mariota, it's not like he made the passes when he needed to. So you have a chance offensively to put more points on the board. Hopefully that defense will come around.
A catch called for by Lovett. We would like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thanks for all you do. We hope you are enjoying. Matt Gaggle did a tremendous job on the 7-game World Series. Associate Director Cody Novak, Broadcast Associates Sid Drexler, David Zuloff, K-Mac and Audio. Chip Weaver. Colleen Dempsey, fresh off the New York City Marathon in our graphics department. For Jared Goff for Detroit, as David Montgomery picks up a Lions first down with under 2 minutes. Zone for the Commanders. Jamison Williams had a big 3rd quarter. The President of the United States, Jahmyr Gibbs, has had.
And Jahmyr Gibbs, the offensive line, Jamison Williams. I mean, it was.
Jared Goff said, with the 4 ball, our standard, but that's certainly not the case today. As the actions.
5 touchdowns, 3 field goals. They'll tweak while the Commanders head to Madrid. We will be there as well, as they will take following their loss to the Vikings at home last week. Commanders decimated by injury. They lose their 5th in a row and drop to 3-7.